Hello Mech Warriors. So I've been dropping with a lot of pugs recently, as anyone who saw my last video will know. We've been getting mixed results in matches, though one thing that constantly comes up in lively and occasional venomous debate is over LRM effectiveness and whether they are a decent choice for comp and CW. I personally think both comp and CW are on par, for one simple reason. You ask a CW player and you ask a comp player the same question, do you want to win? Comp players always going to say yes, that's like the very core of their being, that is why they do comp. The CW might be on a drop for a whole bunch of reasons. They need more mech bays, they're loyalists, they just like the amount of C-bills that CW gives them. But each one of those reasons needs a win. The more you win, the more you rank up, give you more mech bays. The more you win, the more planets your faction gets, and you get more C-bills. So everyone wants to win. That's good. Good that we cleared that up. I feel like I should apologise, by the way. I've currently got a cold, that's why you can hear me breathing all the time. Alright, so next, let's go over why LRMs are unfortunately a little bit less effective than other weapon types. Here we are in my mech lab with a mad dog I just bought. I have just bought the mech, so its heat is awful, so let's not look at heat for this video, just looking at damage, and more importantly damage spread when we get into a map here. It's 4 LRM 15s with Artemis of course, and a tag, but once I got into this match I realised a little bit late that tag doesn't work in Proving Grounds, so yeah, let's just wait and see, shall we? Okay, so here we are. Tag doesn't work, as you can see, so it's going to close in a little bit. I don't know why I got 1,000 meter range, but doing it anyway, because it might be on my 3rd or 4th bit. But there you go, fire the missiles, and paper dial. Watch the paper dial. Damage all over the place. Still a fair bit of centre torso, but bear in mind that Awesome's got a massive centre torso. There you go, 2nd volley. I think the 3rd volley overheats me. Yes, it does. But again, not looking at heat, don't worry about the heat. The next one I'll do is a salvo rather than a volley. And there we go. I think that'll finish them off. There, 4 volleys and a fair bit of damage all over the place.
Target destroyed.
Bear in mind that's not him moving, that's not him torso twisting, which he really should be doing. Next, Centurion. And same thing again. Damage all over the paper doll. Centre torso still intact. Bear in mind this is a 60 point alpha coming out of this. Critical. 60 points. There's 60 points, it's all over the place from a mad dog.
Heat level critical.
There he's down.
Target
excellent.
Destroyed. New target
Apologies,
acquired.
my computer crashed there, so I've had to start up again and moving on. But here we are, shooting at Jenna. Same thing again, we're getting hits all over the place. Especially since it's a smaller mech, you have nowhere near the accuracy that you did have when you were shooting the massive torso of the Awesome. Still, one more volley should finish it off. There we go.
Level critical. Target
Moving
destroyed.
on. Here we are, we found ourselves a cicada.
Target acquired.
Off go the LRMs. One volley, 2 volley. Once again, damage all over the shop. XL check didn't help because he's fitting a standard. It's a stock build and they're terrible. And down he goes.
Target destroyed.
And he's shooting
acquired.
a catapult.
Heat level critical.
Wow. Jesus Christ, this is already boring me. One sec.
Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Heat level
Critical.
Thank God that's over. Right, last one. I'm just going to show you shooting an Atlas because it's pretty much the king of the game. So see how LRMs do against him. there is the flap off of the catapult, which I think is quite a nice touch. Moving on, here we go. LRMs, 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 LRMs. Second volley. Third volley. Once again, he's not moving. He's not torso twisting. He's not ducking behind cover. He's just standing there letting you shoot him in the chest.
25%. Heat level critical.
Overheated again. Not looking at heat. That's my fault for not having a leveled mech. I'm lazy. Wait for it to cool a little bit and volley. Go. Do stuff. There we go.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
So there you go. 6 volleys to kill an Atlas. Moving swiftly on
Target
because being in this Mad Dog makes you feel dirty. Okay, back in the mech lab with the Timberwolf. This is the current build that you'll find on MetaMechs, and I've been playing with it. It's actually pretty good. I'll have some in-game footage later on. Just for something for you guys to watch while I'm droning on. But yeah, let's take it into a testing ground and see what happens. Okay, so here we are in the proving grounds with the Timberwolf, and we're going to go and take a couple of shots at this awesome. Straight in the centre torso, see what happens. There you go, nice big hit. I think it's about 48 point alpha. I should really know that, and I would if I was a better video maker. But yeah, there we go. There you go, 3 volleys and down. So that's pretty good. That's a good build. It's cool. When you get too hot, you can just stop firing the lasers. It's pretty fantastic. It's direct fire. You can aim what you're shooting at. You couldn't do that with missiles.
Airstrike online. Target acquired.
Here we are with the Jenner. Obviously you would probably be able to get this close to a Jenner without him moving, but just to illustrate the firepower of this build.
Target destroyed.
Straight through the centre torso. 1 volley. Oh man, those fast forwarded sounds are awesome. Right,
Target
Cicada.
Acquired.
Boom.
Target destroyed.
Bit of a cheap shot since it was through its back, but 1 volley.
Target acquired.
So even though we fired it from its back with the LRM boat as well, and it went all over the shop. Now we have a catapult. Again, hitting the centre torso. It's at an angle, but you can still hit the centre torso. And 3 volleys.
Target destroyed.
So we're starting to get the gist. It's all about accuracy of fire. You know, to put the damage where you want it to go rather than somewhere on the mech, hopefully. That is assuming they don't dodge out of the way, it's assuming they don't torso twist.
Acquired.
Yeah, I'm shooting the wrong eye because I'm just that awesome. But 1 shot on the Atlas, 2 shot on the Atlas, 3 shot on the Atlas. Remember those structure quirks? They're tough. 4 shots on the Atlas rather than 6 volleys with the LRMs. Right, so hopefully that's got the first point across, which is the
Target
spread
acquired.
on LRMs. Just makes them not an effective weapon, but a less effective weapon. Put it that way. And let's not forget that LRMs aren't without their pros. They're long range, they're indirect fire, so area denial. If someone's in a big open area, they can make a run for cover quickly. For that reason, some teams do have 1 or 2 mechs with an LRM launcher. And then remember that's an LRM launcher, not lots of them, just to get people's heads down if they need them to. But as a main weapon, there's better options out there. The first one we've just covered, which is your weapon spread. It spreads the damage far too much on any given mech. Bear in mind those weren't torso twisting. They weren't going for cover behind buildings, they weren't covered by ECM, they weren't covered by AMS. There's a lot of AMS and ECM in the game at the moment. So there are all these factors that just chip away at LRMs. And it's not that LRMs are bad, it's just that they're balanced. You can't have a weapon that goes that far and hits that hard to hit one single component. It just ruined the game. So of course they've got to have the damage spread out. They've got to have these mitigating factors. And it's just that it makes them less useful to a CW team. And if everyone's bringing them, it can drastically damage your chance of winning the game. Let's not forget as well that they require locks. Blind fire is just beyond awful. They've got flight time, so the people are warned when they've got firing coming. They've got time to duck and move. You factor everything in, and there's a lot of reasons not to take them. So those are the first issues with LRMs. There's other ones which are far more pressing, far more damaging to the team in general. And that one is that people that use LRMs, the guys in this group I'm with at the moment are a bad example because they're actually quite close to the front line. But generally they'll stay at the back and they'll just rely on other people for their locks. Which is terrible because if someone's not locking for you, then you're not getting the shots in. Which a lot of times people don't have time to hold locks for you. It's not that people don't want to, it's the fact they're getting shot at. They don't have time to sit there and hold a lock for you while their armour's getting shredded by somebody. So every time I go into a pug match and I see someone asking for LRMs, locks for LRMs, I just don't think they understand what it is they're actually asking for really. And that can get under people's skin. The other really important thing is if you're pushing. If you've got a group that's pushing and you've got 12 mechs and 4 of those are LRM boats, means you've only got a front line of 8 mechs. And that is an awful lot of armour. That's your teammates taking more damage because you're not on the front line to be there for the enemy to shoot at. You need as much armour on the front line as you possibly can, so the damage is spread out nice and evenly. If someone's taking hits, you can swoop in front of them and start taking the damage. They can pull back, so on and so forth. That's how tanking works in this game. And if people are not in line, another good kill, I like that one. And if people just aren't in the right place to be doing that, then it's going to be costing you trades, and it's not sustainable. And not to mention that, it's the fact that the people behind you with the LRMs just aren't putting the damage onto the components that need to be put down. So, to summarise, there's your pros. Good range, good damage, indirect fire, good area denial, and pretty good suppression. And then we have the cons, of course. We've got really spread damage, got a hell of a long travel time with a warning. It needs locks. Of course, they're easily dodged, and of course they're really vulnerable to ECM, AMS and radar deprivation. However, all of those things pale to near insignificance when you consider the last point, which is that there's one less mech on the front line with the other mechs, sharing damage with the rest of your team, fighting side by side with the rest of your team, not hiding behind them. And that is why people get so irate by people that do it. So that's it. Video is pretty much over at this point. So if you love your LRMs, fantastic. Couldn't be happier for you. Everyone loves to find their playstyle and practice it. But as far as comp play, as far as CW play goes, just think of the rest of your team. Maybe drop your first mech as a mid-range support or a brawling heavier assault, and then just back your teammates up for that first push. And remember guys, a battle mech on the back line is safe. But that's not what mechs are for. Good hunting.